You see, we've got a man to talk to.
Dun, dun, dun.
She's still there. Hi. No, I don't want to present stuff to her.
Haven't you people got somewhere to go?
Yes! Just not right now.
Have a life.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God, Kevin, look. Look who it is.
Ah!
Ah, guests. My apologies. I can't remember how he was voiced. Oh, it's you! Have we met somewhere? Huh? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. That was a very dramatic, layout of the sentence then. Ah, it's you two. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry. Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh, yes. He brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Okay. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. Let's give him a hug, Kevin.
No, let's ask why he's got that trophy that we actually have in our possession on his sofa.
Presumably, we actually have, a bunch of photos of it.
Well, no, we have the actual thing.
We have I know, but we normally don't have the ability to have this, so in normal circumstances, we would have, photographs of some kind.
Hmm.
And we have a lot of photographs, and that's what's happening here.
In 3D.
Hey, check it out! There's a metal plate here! It looks like the names of all the previous recipients were engraved on it. Blah 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 blah. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Van Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Van Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. I'm gonna have to let her down. Anyway, we should probably talk to Edgeworth. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
mine.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however, something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gaunt. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still... Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. You know, apart from 2 months ago when he was really vulnerable.
Present the badger.
Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea, just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright! Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on, anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some kind of reaction out of him. Oh, right, I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gaunt, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The Chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now, I'm curious about the other case. I better make a note of it. Screwdriver. Stubborn as always. I told you, this has nothing to do with the current case. Yeah, but I'm Phoenix Wright and I'm an asshole. Because you're an asshole. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you're on. The SL9 incident. There you go, you can stop bugging me. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. A bad memory. He's talking about the murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why didn't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gaunt. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not! I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the Chief Prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We're the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint vials for everyone involved. Thank you! How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Yay, we have things! Well, let's get going! One last investigation! Right, it's been 2 hours. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Yay!
Technically 2 suspicious handprints.
We sort of... Ugh.
To the evidence room. Instigate travelling music. Dun, Travel via in-game map.
Travel by map.
Mm-hmm.
Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on a detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger! Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Just touch the screen. See? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do I do that? You just blow with your breath. Oh shit, Kevin. We may have a problem.
No.
I need to use the microphone on the game. We may have a problem. I'm totally just going to ignore this dialogue at the moment because I'm just going to be very curious. We have to actually fingerprint it.
Ah.
Okay,
Right mouse button.
No, I have to go and find out from the Desmemo folder. Oh yeah, I keep remembering it does that. Kevin, you do realise what will happen if this doesn't work, right?
Yeah, we're stuck.
Yeah. Okay, all of my things just showed up on the screen. Oh, if I just hold that down, it's like it's activating it. That's really clever. Kevin, look at that.
I would, but the video stopped.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that! There is a button that just acts as an all-purpose microphone. I don't think it actually acts as a microphone.
Okay, well, everybody, for the purposes of this, just
For the purpose of
everyone
this,
just blow.
this is wonderful.
Everybody blow to simulate the microphone. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh. Kevin, look what I did. Look what happened.
You've blown the entire thing away.
I have done. Plus I used probably too much. Okay, let's just use a different fingerprint. I don't think this is working very well. Let's see, how about we... There's technically fingerprints down there, isn't there?
I mean, ideally, you'd want the index finger or the thumb, of course.
Yeah.
Make sure that the entire area is coated before you do anything.
Like that.
Mhm.
Ah, you found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means that we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here! Hey, calm down, that's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigation. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Look at the locker door again, closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Sorry, well now we're just getting the hang of this thing that is actually really not... Hey look, Kevin, look! That's much better, isn't it?
Yeah!
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling! Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person who you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me the so what look. I guess it's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. We've got to roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thank you for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one of her handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Kevin, I have an idea. That because we've been going on for 2 hours now.
Yes.
What if we just continued it like tomorrow afternoon or something?
Might be an idea.
Yeah. This is where we got the luminal fluid reaction, right? Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Hell yes! Let's check for prints. That's the spirit! Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me! Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. You know, I'm so glad that this, microphone thing is actually as easy as it is. Also, look, I'm very fast at this, aren't I, Gavin, once I've got it. Kevin, look.
I'd like to. There we go. That's a different print.
Hey, these fingerprints, they... Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. What? Officer Jake Marshall? That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Ema. These are decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Look at this typo. Now imagine several of those throughout the entire game, obvious like those are, and then you basically have dual destinies. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So, we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Okay, so we found the to be continued bit, and for the first time, we're gonna do the investigation but not do the trial afterwards.
It's been a long period though, in fairness. So.
Last time was a much longer period, and that's why I'm doing this.
Save. Justice will wait.